During this Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
And happy new year to everybody. Good to see you all. Glad you're with us. Hopefully we're off to the start of a great new year. Looking forward to working with each of you. And so with that, I am going to call the docket. I believe Mr. Vicentainer, you were on first this morning. And so I am calling case number 200-555-9301 for for John Vicentainer. Mr. Vicentainer, please state your name.
John David Vicentainer, Jr., RN.
Good morning. Your name is not RN. Your name is John Vicentainer, Jr. Good morning, Mr. Vicentainer.
Hey, I put a lot of time in for those 2 letters and money.
I'm like, you threw me off. I'm like, my docket doesn't have that. Vicentainer, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Your Honor. How are you?
I am doing well. Mr. Vicentainer, you are in our virtual courtroom. So you've agreed to have your hearing today by way of Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. All right. We had an opportunity, Mr. Vicentainer, to staff your case. I'm going to have the attorneys place your appearance on the record at this time. I'm going to mute everybody else who is not in a hearing so that I don't hear your conversations. Thank you so much. Please do not unmute yourself. I'll ask you to unmute when I'm ready for you. Mr. Lamb, Mr. Griffin, if you all could start off with your introductions, please, or your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Lamb, P79816.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Lamb.
And good morning, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P77169.
All right, thank you, and good morning, Mr. Griffin. And these are our attorneys that are serving this morning in our specialty court on behalf of the defendants. Let me have the case management team place your appearance on the record at this time as well.
Case manager Matthew Lorenz, 36th District Specialty Court.
Thank you. And then Ms. Branch.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Taylor Branch, Mental Health Court Coordinator.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. All right, Mr. Vicentainer, how did you bring in the new year?
For the first time ever in my life, I was asleep and in a room by myself when the new year started at midnight. So
you brought it in sober and in good health and in a good place, it sounds like.
Yes.
Very, very good. All right. What have you been doing since the last time I've seen you, Mr. Vicentainer?
I have been working. I have been attending my therapy through Team Wellness and seeing Dr. Head. I just got my second Sublocade injection. Actually, after our meeting the last time, I actually wound up getting my first one that same day afterwards. So it worked out very well. I just got my second one. I've been working with Deja, both my counselor, therapist Deja, and my case manager Deja. I've been going to groups through Lake Ridge every week and doing my counseling with Mr. Williams and seeing my case manager there, who goes by the name Queen, and doing some online NA and AA meetings and doing arts and crafts and reading books and doing everything I can to, do fun, sober, positive, beneficial activities.
Wonderful. Very good. How are things going over at QBH with your employment?
It's been very good, other than them dragging their feet on my job description, which is now in Miss Willis's possession right now. He actually just dropped off the fax cover sheet and a copy of it. So Miss Willis has it as of right now. Other than them dragging their feet on that, it's been great. I work with people in recovery, which helps my recovery. Not only is it something good for me to do as far as working and being productive, but working with people in recovery helps my recovery. I'm gonna eventually go back to school. If I work for a year and stay sober, he wants to put me through MP school and pay for it.
Tell us what MP school is.
My master's degree to become a nurse practitioner.
Okay, wonderful. All
He
right.
wants to put me through school for that if I can stay sober and work my butt off for 1 year. So it's a great opportunity. But yeah, I'm very happy.
Very good. How's your family?
Wonderful. I thank you for approving my pass for overnight from Lake Ridge last weekend. I got to go have dinner with my parents. We played board games and dice like when I was younger. We played Clue and Yahtzee. And then I got to sleep in my own bed with my dog and my cat, wake up, have breakfast with them, take the dogs for a walk, and then come back to Lake Ridge.
All right. Very
I made the
good.
most of it.
Very good. Mr. Vincentino, we staffed your case this morning. Mr. Lorenz, as well as Ms. Willis, reported that you are doing very well. So I want to encourage you to stay on track. The only concern that was raised this morning in staffing was with respect to your job description. We did not have that job description as of 8:30 this morning, and when we logged off at about 9:14. And so I want to make sure, Mr. Lorenz, we can circle back that Ms. Willis did in fact receive it. Mr. Lorenz should have received it as well, but we'll make that happen, connect the dots, because I need that job description, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Anything you're struggling with, Mr. Vincentainer?
No, everything's been actually going very well for me. The Sublocade is working very well. Working with Dr. Head on medications is going well. And I'm sorry, Deja just texted me. But no, everything's going good. My medications are good. My mental health is doing better. I've been staying very busy, through any activities that I can. I've been clean and sober through the holidays, which was my danger zone. The 2 weeks before Christmas is when I first started using and tends to be my relapse time as well. So I've made it through there's, danger zone for like a year and the recovery anyways, but I made it through my personal worst danger zone, clean and sober. I had sparkling cider with my parents over the weekend, non-alcoholic, to celebrate New Year's with them when I saw them, but like when I was a kid again. But so I'm just trying to make the best of what I can and use my poor choices and my experiences now to become stronger and to use it to help the people that I'm working with in their recovery.
Very
And turn
good.
it into an asset.
I'm very proud of you that you were able to make it through that danger zone. Very, very proud of you. That lets me know, Mr. Vincentainer, you have it in you, that you can do this. And so I'm also extremely glad to hear that you are continuing to work your program. You're continuing to do what you're supposed to do as to not only your mat, but also with Miss Willis at Team Wellness. And so if there's nothing, is there anything from any other team member as to Mr. Vincentainer? Nothing else?
No,
I
Your
would
Honor.
just offer my congratulations, Mr. Vincentainer. I heard your RN designation. I know that required a lot of hard work and sacrifice for you. So I just, again, congratulations. I would encourage you to continue on this positive trajectory that you are undergoing. It seems to be doing you well.
Thank you.
Yes.
And just to reiterate what Attorney Lamb said, again, congratulations. I remember we said congratulations a few weeks ago, maybe it was more of a month ago, and I think that this is proof. Like you look better. I remember we talked on the phone. No, we would talk through, I think, voice chat through Zoom, and you had brought up some things, but I think like now you seem very stable. You look healthier, you look happier, and I'm just glad, and just echoing the same things that Attorney Lamb said.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Anything you need us to help you with, Mr. Vincentainer?
No, I think I'm all right now. Thank
Very
you.
good. I know that you'll be in touch with Matt, Mr. Lorenz. And so if you need something prior to your next visit, just know that we are available. And so, Mr. Lorenz, what's the 2-week date for Mr. Vicentainer?
I have him coming back here, Honor, on January 20th, 2021 at, I believe we're starting court hearings now at 9:30 a.m.
That's correct. All right, you have that, Mr. Vicentainer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Keep up the great work you're doing. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. I have next on the list is Miss, let me make sure I'm getting it right. I have Jacob Rose. Mr. Rose, if you could unmute yourself.
I just did it. Oh, you got it? Yeah.
All right, very good. Good morning, Mr. Rose. State your name.
Jacob Rose.
Mr. Rose, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Mr. Lorenz, would you be so kind as to read the case number into the record for Mr. Rose?
Yes, Your Honor. It's case number 20-S-00648.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, Mr. Rose, how are things going with you? Happy New Year first. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. They're going right, but I want to screw up though.
You did tell me a little bit about what you think is a screw up.
Well, I got caught drinking.
Okay. All right, and you understand that that's a screw up?
Yeah,
Why do you understand that as a screw up?
because I know I ain't supposed to be drinking or smoking or nothing. So I know.
No drinking, no smoking. But guess what, Mr. Rose? I am very, very glad that you realize that it was a screw up, that it's something that you're not supposed to do. And do you know why you're not supposed to do it?
Yeah, because of my probation.
Well, not just your probation, any other reasons why you shouldn't be drinking and smoking?
Because of I'm on medication.
There you go. And so, Mr. Rose, 2 things. You're right. I shouldn't say not just probation. Because you're on probation is one reason. And I know you want to be a law-abiding citizen and do the right thing, right?
Yep.
So that's one reason you shouldn't be drinking or smoking. The second reason is that you're taking medications to help you. And we don't know if they'll help you if you're adding something to it that could alter your decision-making process or your mood and things of that nature. So we don't want you drinking and smoking for that reason either. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you have the answers. I'm really glad that you realize that it was a mess up. And so that means you realize you have to get back on track, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you back on track, Mr. Rose?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are back on track. And we talked about that this morning in our staffing, that some adjustments have been made with respect to your living situation, and some other protocol has been put in place to make sure that hopefully we don't go have to revisit this again. Okay?
All right, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So now we've got that part out of the way. How are you doing overall? How are you feeling?
Good.
You feel good? Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that. What feels good?
It's a new year and stuff, So hopeful, especially I'm hoping we can get rid of COVID this year.
Me too, Mr. Rose. We're on the same page. We need to get rid of COVID this year. And guess who it starts with? It starts with us. We all have to do our part, right?
Yeah.
That's right. We can't be out socializing and mingling and drinking and all of those things that people have been doing in COVID, right? If we're gonna stop it, if we're gonna, Miss Van Leer, you're gonna have to get a new picture or get off my screen, put your name up. I'm not gonna be able to look at that. All right, so I'm gonna turn your video off. That's just too much for me. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, and so, Mr. Rose, I'm glad that that's one of the things that you're hopeful for in 2020. Anything else you're looking forward to in 2021?
Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
get out of this group home
Get out of the group home. Where are you trying to go?
to my mom's house.
To your mom's house. All right. I don't know what we can do about that, but look, do your part and you never know how it's going to work out, okay?
Okay.
We'll see how that works out. All right, it's good to see you this morning. I'm glad you're back on track. I know you had a little misstep, but you're back on track and that's what's important to me. I need you to continue to work hard, okay, Mr. Rose?
All right, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Who do you have with you in the background this morning?
Brian.
Brian, how you doing, Your Honor?
Good morning, Brian. You have to take off.
Yeah, I apologize. That's why I was off to the side here. Got a little bit bedhead today.
It's okay, it's okay. Brian, is there anything you want to share with us about Mr. Rose?
I think he knows that he made a mistake. He knew it when I found it on him. And he's admitted to it, and he realizes that, you know, maybe he didn't play the full part in it, but he was a big factor. So he's committed. He's at a different house, different setting, different environment. So I think he'll be better off here.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, anything from any of the team members as to Mr. Rose? If not, Mr. Lorenz, when do you have Mr. Rose coming back? Is he also on January 20th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m.?
Yes, Your Honor, at 9:30 a.m.
9:30, I'm sorry, get me together. All
That's
right.
okay.
Very good, at 9:30 a.m. All right, Mr. Rose, until then, continue to do well. Mr. Lorenz, I know there's some things you're gonna circle back to and update the court. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I'm
Your
back
Honor.
on my work computer. I'm back on the work computer. All right. And so I have to charge mine. My home computer wasn't charged all the way. And so Mr. Lorenz will do that. And Mr. Rose, I'll see you on January 20th, okay?
All right, stay safe, everybody.
All right, you do the same and thank you.
Stay safe, Mr. Rose.
All right.
All right, very good.
All right.
All right, I'm ready to move to the next matter. My next case is Miss Beard. Miss Beard, if you could unmute yourself. All right, Miss Beard, please state your name for the record.
And y'all enjoy Beard.
And Miss Beard, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Wonderful. I have case number 1904477701. Happy New Year, Miss Beard.
Happy New Year to you all too.
All right, you don't look like your usual perky self. What's going on with you?
Well, I had surgery a week ago, so I thought it was a bit more minor than it really. My sister is a nurse, and she said, "Oh, it's not that bad." It is that bad.
Is that
Wow.
It's different for everybody, right?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I said it's different for everybody, right? So you're having a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, just I mean, it's in the core of my stomach. I had a hernia removed, so any bodily function, coughing, laughing, even eating, just difficult right now. I don't have an appetite, but I mean, I go to my follow-up today, so hopefully everything, you know, is healing the right way. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I mean,
Okay.
it's taking some adjustment.
Well, let me say this. I'm glad that you came through the surgery. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that you're experiencing some discomfort, and hopefully the doctor will be able to address that on today. Okay.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Very, very good. And so how is that impacting your ability to work? Have you been to work?
I had a note from the doctor, for lack of a better term, I'm sorry, that left me off to the 6th. From my surgery date was the 30th. So I go back today to also get the go ahead. And if I do or if I don't, my next day of work schedule would be Friday.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And so
So,
what did you, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, I have to take the paperwork to my job after meeting with the doctor and see the Chrysler doctor, and then they will determine even still, if there's a lesser job for me to do, or if they will just keep me off as well. It depends on a lot of other moving parts right now.
All right. All right. Well, keep your case manager posted on how that goes, okay? So that the court can be aware of it. Okay?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. How did you do bringing in the new year? What did you do?
Well, seeing that was one day after surgery, I was asleep until 11:47. I woke up, my mom, my kids, well, 2 out of 3 of my kids. My oldest was with his dad. Um, they didn't really get it. My boys are 4 and 3, so they just heard all the shooting and kind of scared them. So we just kind of sat on the couch with each other and watched Disney Incredibles. And then I went
Okay.
back to sleep.
Okay. All right. That's a good way to bring in the new year. Disney Incredibles and sleep. Good thing. That's a good thing. All right. And so, Ms. Beard, I know that the last time we were together, you had gotten a ticket, and I'm not speaking to whether or not you're innocent or guilty, because you're innocent until proven guilty, but there was an assignment that I gave you to do.
Mhm.
And so I want you to talk to me about what I asked you to do, telling me what's your plan and all of those things. I know Mr. Lorenz gave me the writing, and I read very well, but I want to hear from you.
Oh, absolutely. Basically, I just detailed, because I got some mail. I would be remiss to say if it was October or November. But I know it's one of those months, that my license would be suspended for a year up until then, because I had multiple drinking while driving offenses in less than 7 years. So I had to have a 1 year suspension regardless. Somebody told me that I might be eligible for a restricted license going to work, but I know because I had looked into it prior to um, getting that notice, sometime maybe in the early summer, that I had to pay off my outstanding warrants to get a clearance to even move to whatever the next level would be. So I'm still working at paying those off, including you guys, starting from once I get Pawpaw paid this month, you're just next in line. Um, so once I get everybody paid off, I can begin to look more detailed into what the exact procedure is, because the Secretary of State website isn't exactly the easiest to understand, and there's no way to actually talk to a human being right now. But my plan in general is to get everything paid off. I know, the reinstatement fee, but that's much more down the line. And just get everything legal. I'll have to get my own vehicle. The car I got a ticket in did not. I'm sorry. Could you give me 1 second, my son? Turn that off, because I'm in court and I can't have your TV on. Thank you. Um, it wasn't my vehicle, so it wasn't anything for me to do as far as getting that properly registered on the road. But when I obtain my own vehicle, that is definitely the plan.
All right. And so how are you going to get to and from until you are cleared to get a license?
My mom has been real helpful with taking me around. And when not her, my kid's dad has a vehicle of his own. And if either of them are unavailable, he does work. But if they're unavailable, I have a job. I can live.
All right.
It's
Very good.
approximately $25 to get there from, where I stay, Lake Ridge now. So that's just what I have to do.
All right. And so, but you understand, Ms. Beard, no driving. No driving.
Absolutely.
All right. So I just want to let you know, I had you do this assignment. That's the first step. That generally when people drive, break the law, or even have contact with the police when they're in specialty court, they spend a day or two in jail. because we're helping you and you can't be out there having contact with the police, okay? So I'm giving you this opportunity to take the time to think it through, to have a plan as to how I'm going to get around. So you know you can't wait to the last minute when you're depending on other people. I want you to do that because I don't want to see you go to jail. But you can't be out there having contact with the police, especially where they are writing tickets that you're driving a vehicle and you don't have a driver's license. Okay?
I understand. Thank you.
All right. All right. Very good. So thank you for completing the assignment. I did get an opportunity to read it. And so you have a plan in place. So work your plan. And I think it's a good plan. Work your plan. I'm not certain if the attorneys, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Lamb, if you all have had an opportunity to look at an SOS report for Ms. Beard to give her some more guidance on getting her ready or getting her in position to get a driver's license. If you have not, please reach out to my clerk to get that SOS, Ms. Drew, so that you all can start working on that so that she doesn't get hopeless in the process, because it can happen, but it won't happen if she continues to get tickets. Okay? All right. So other than that, report is that you're doing well, that you're back on track. I do hope that things I do hope that things turn around for you with respect to feeling better as a result of your surgery. And so is there anything that you need us to do to help you?
No, Mr. Lorenz is ever helpful. I spoke with Deja this morning, as well as a lady by the name of Miss Brown. She was the housing specialist at Team Wellness, but she informed me today that they had cut that department due to funding issues. So that Deja would be responsible for providing me with housing resources. So that's the only thing I'm really having trouble with right now. I spoke with Miss Gina over at Lake Ridge, and she told me they were basically giving me 30 days to find my own place, or I would have to start paying them in their shared living program. Which, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. But just discouraged about finding a house. Everything is so digitized, and trying not to get scammed. I've seen a few houses. Some just didn't work out. They rented to somebody else. Others were just like, when I was asking them for some of the information, I know I have to have the inspection, proof of ownership. They got real kind of crabby, which kind of let me know it was scammy. So, I know it just takes its due diligence, but just putting my best foot out there and trying to give me and my boys a place.
All right. Very good. And I know those babies mean the world to you. So that's why it's so important to me, Ms. Beard, that you stay on track. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor, of course.
All right. Very good. If nothing else from the team on Ms. Beard, I'd like to give her a return to court date. Anything else? And then I'm going to do the DDC. Anything else on Ms. Beard?
No, Your Honor.
Just that I'll be reaching out to Miss Drew today, Your Honor, regarding getting the SOS for Miss Beard.
All right, very good. And then Mr. Lorenz, Ms. Branch, let's work this housing issue from various angles. We won't put all our eggs in one basket. We want Lake Ridge or Team Wellness to work with Ms. Beard. But if there are some leads with respect to housing, you may want to touch base with Mr. Morgan to see what leads they use in, that's what happens when you show up on my screen. You may want to see what leads they have in our drug treatment court with respect to housing, but we want to work it from all angles, okay?
And Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Beard, I work with two organizations, United Community Housing Coalition and Michigan Legal Services. They both provide assistance, both rental assistance and home purchasing assistance. You may want to contact them.
All right.
Mr. Lorenz has secured me a referral that will pay the move-in costs. I just literally cannot locate a house.
Okay.
to move into.
So
the
I want
money
you all, hold
is
on, Ms. Beard.
available.
I want you all to have those discussions off the record, okay? So Mr. Lamb, reach out to your client. Mr. Lorenz, reach out to Ms. Beard, and let's tie up those ends, okay?
Yes, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Your Honor.
All right, very good. Miss Beard, you should be also returning to court on January 20th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
All
Thank
right,
you. I'll
keep
see
up
you
the
then.
good work. Good to see you and hope you feel better.
Thank you. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to ask the DDC to unmute. I have one case I need to do real quickly, and it's going to be very quickly. If the DDC for Byron Smith, if you all can unmute for me.
We can't hear you. Did I unmute it?
You all have a lot going on.
We can't hear her.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I have case number 1563801, Byron Smith.
She's going in and out. We can't hear her.
Going in and out. All right, we'll take care of it. Judge, you're going in and out, Judge. So we can't hear you. We'll handle it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. It's the computer. I'll have to switch back to my home computer, but it has to charge. Mr. Smith, please state your name.
Byron Smith.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Good to see you. I remember you now.
Good morning.
Oh, I know you're not happy to see me. It's okay, though. Just so you all know, Mr. Smith is an absconder from drug treatment court. He was in the program, walked away, failed to comply. Mr. Morgan, what is your recommendation as to Mr. Smith for purposes of today?
Good morning, Your Honor. Samaj Morgan on behalf of Specialty Court Program. Judge, that is correct. Mr. Byron Smith, absconder from our drug treatment court program. He failed to report to a status review hearing. He failed to have any contact with his case manager. Therefore, an issue, warrant was issued for his arrest. Your Honor, we're recommending that Mr. Smith be remanded on this absconder until Monday, January 11th, and then we could come back. They can come back to court, discuss this case and staffing to see if we want to continue to offer him our services, or we can terminate him from our program, and he can serve his whatever sentence that you impose on him.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morgan. Mr. Griffin, Mr. Lamb, on this particular matter, he is from drug treatment court. He has absconded. I need to bring him back on a drug treatment court day. I'm not sanctioning him today, but he clearly walked away. Is there anything you all want to add?
Yes, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P 77169. Just that we would just ask the court to, as one of the recommendations from Mr. Morgan stated, that just to bring him back instead of just terminating him today, and then he can maybe express to the court any mitigating circumstances that came up or happened during that time, just to give him another chance to talk to the court.
Okay, and he'll have that opportunity. He definitely will.
And I would only add, Your Honor, that just request that he be released on personal recognizance.
Maybe with tether. Maybe with tether.
With a tether.
No, this is where I am. He was given ample opportunity to come back to court. You all have to understand. We call. We do home visits in court. Everything was done. I believe Mr. Smith, we were even talking to his mother. He was living with his mother at that time, trying to get him to agree to come back to court, and he just wouldn't do it. So I'm good with the remand. I'm remanding him to the Wayne County Jail. Mr. That the document is marked. He will return to court on January 11th
Yes, ma'am.
2021 at 8:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration? If not, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. We'll see Mr. Smith on Monday, January 11th.
Yes. All right, thank you. And thank you to the employees at the DDC. Thank you so much.
Ms. Holmes, are you gonna you gonna have some paperwork sent over for him?
Yes, we are. My clerk is gonna prepare it, I'll sign it, and it'll get sent over.
Ma'am, did you do a Cavello on the 2nd?
Because he's still here.
They said said that you.
Hello, make sure it's my case. Mr. Morgan,
Okay, I appreciate it.
Why don't you call and make sure it's not make sure it's my case?
Okay.
Yeah, because we never got paperwork on a Cavello, and he's still here, and we can't seem to get paperwork for the guy.
Do you have a case number for him, officer?
I can give you his name and his birthday. He was here on the. He's been here since the 31st.
Okay, give me his first name, please.
Randy
Allen Cavello. Caballo.
Kaballo.
Yep. First name Randy.
Okay, we'll give us a second. We'll check you. If you want to hold on and mute yourself.
Okay, but I need to continue with my docket.
Right.
You can go ahead. If you get some paperwork and send it over to the DDC, that'd be great.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you all. I'm ready to go on to my next case. All right, I'm ready to move on to the next case, and that is going to be Mr. McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel, if you could unmute, please.
Your Honor, Mr. McDaniel sent me a message to ask to talk to me while we were on.
Okay, I'll place you all in the breakout room, and I'll continue with my docket. Okay.
Okay, and also Mr. Lamb, Attorney Lamb. I mean, both. Oh, I guess no, just me.
Okay. I'm creating that breakout room, and so it'll be breakout room number 1. And there we go.
If at all possible, I would like to join. I have had previous conversations with Mr. McDaniel, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll put you in there, but I'm going on with my docket. Okay, I don't think we have any other issues, but I need to continue with my docket. Okay. All right. Let's see, we'll come back to Mr. McDaniel. And so the next case that I have is Joshua Howell. Mr. Howell, if you could unmute.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Whose baby you have, Mr. Howell?
This my baby.
Oh, she's beautiful. Oh my goodness.
This my son.
Oh, that's a little boy. Oh my goodness. All right. I should say.
I got them all with me.
All right. I need you to focus in on me for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. And your baby, was that a little girl? That's your baby girl. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. I have the following case 200-564-2301 for Joshua Howell. Mr. Howell, state your full name for the record.
Joshua Howell.
All right, Mr. Howell, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom today?
Yes.
Wonderful. Mr. Howell, Happy New Year to you. Mr. Howell, Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
All right, very good. How are you doing in this new year?
I'm doing good. Got a little challenge to go through in the beginning of the year, but we're gonna get through it.
All right. Anything that we can help you with?
Nah, it's just my mom. She's having to go through these surgeries, but it's gonna be all right.
All right. All right. And so, Mr. Howell, I had a couple of concerns in staffing today. I hope you can hear me. You all signal me if you can't. I had a couple of concerns that you had missed some tests. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on. Not just that, but that you have also tested positive, or that you have low indicators of marijuana in your system.
Yeah, I know. They leaving though, because when I go drop for Deja, she tell me my levels and she said that they getting low, but at ATS they still come up positive, but they getting lower.
Okay, I need you to not use.
I'm not.
Okay.
They told me to stop drinking all of my water that I'd be drinking because I was dilated.
Diluted. Yes.
So they told me not to drink all of that water. So I just basically just stopped the drinking all of the water. So I think that's probably part of the reason too.
No, that's not part of the reason. Part of the reason is that either there's some continued use, okay, and we need you to not use. All
Okay.
right?
Right.
No use.
Right.
Because we're trying to get you stabilized on your medications. We're trying to get you to where we have you in good health, both physically and mentally. And we can't do it if you're adding stuff to it.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So I need your help. The other thing is you can't miss tests. You've got to go test, Mr. Howard.
I know I'm not trying to have excuses or anything, but I had my kids. I couldn't leave. I had both of them. I couldn't put them on the bus at 5.
You got to find somebody to help you out. You've got to test.
I had my girlfriend, but she got to watch my mom because she had her surgery on her leg. She can't get around the house to use the bathroom.
You got to make it work, Mr. Howell.
Okay.
You've got to make it work. Okay?
Okay.
Because you can't continue to miss your test.
Okay. I apologize.
All right. So we talked about it in staffing today. And the recommendation was that, was it 10 additional hours of community service, Mr. Lorenz?
Huh?
Yes, the recommendation was 10 additional hours of community service for the continued use.
Okay, I wrote it down wrong. All right. So, Mr. Howell, the sanction that was 10 additional hours of community service. Okay?
Okay.
So Mr. Lorenz will circle back to you and just reiterate that for me. Okay, Mr. Lorenz?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on? All right. Mr. Howell?
Yes.
When it's time for your hearing, you're going to have to make arrangements so that I can have your attention, okay?
I am. I'm trying to get everything together now. I'm about to just walk around. These kids, they don't know what it means when I say I'm in court.
I know. They don't. They don't. And even if they did, they wouldn't care. They want
they would.
But I need your attention this morning. Okay?
I'm here. Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Howell, no use of marijuana. And you must test. You must test. I am happy to see you in the new year, though.
I'm happy to see you too.
I am happy that even despite the challenges with your mom and surgery, that you're still working. You're still working the program. You're not testing like I want you to, so we're gonna correct that. I'm not gonna keep talking about that. But you're still seeing Daisha, Miss Willis, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And so I want you to continue to work hard. You deserve it. You owe it to yourself.
Okay.
All right. Anything you need us to help you with, Mr. Howell?
These kids. I know I'm playing with you.
I'm an empty nester, so no help here.
Okay.
I have done my time, sir. Yes. All right. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Howell?
Your Honor, I apologize. You're cutting out a little bit when you were saying. Did you state that he had a sanction of 10 hours of community service?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz.
Yep, no problem.
If nothing else from any of the other team members, then I am going to bring Mr. Howell back. Your next date is going to be January 20th.
Okay.
It'll be January 20th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Good to see you. Keep up the good work. Go and test. All right?
All right.
Very good. Take care of those babies.
I am.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. I am going to do Mr. Van Leer very quickly, and then I'll come back to Mr. McDaniel. So, Mr. Van Leer, I have the following matter. Case number 200-555-9301. Mr. Van Leer, Harris Van Leer, please state your full name for the record.
Jamal Harris Van Leer.
And good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
All right, how are you doing, Mr. Harris Van Leer?
I'm pretty good.
You are. Did you bring in the New Year's safely and all of those good things?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do?
I slept and right at the drop of the ball, I woke up to hear all the gunshots that was around.
Yeah, but you were on the inside, safe and sound, right?
Yes, ma'am. I
That's
have made sure I took those days off.
There you go. That's a good thing. Good, good. All right, we staffed your case this morning. Miss Willis reported that you're doing well. I heard that you're back at work. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's going well?
Yes, it is.
All right, very good. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. Harris Van Leer?
Nothing at this time.
All right, what have you been doing? You look different.
Eating.
Okay, that's a good thing. What else have you been doing?
Just working and eating. That's pretty much it. I've been trying to stay focused and get to know everything that I need to do as far as work goes, and helping out around Lake Ridge.
All right, how are they treating you at Lake Ridge?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
We don't know unless you tell us. Is that just a pause from the computer or what?
No, it's pretty decent. I
All
can't
right.
complain.
All right. Just know that when we send you to third-party providers, we still care about how you're treated, the amenities and things of that nature. So if something's going on, you have to let Mr. Lorenz know because I can't address what I don't know about, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Very good. Anything from the team members as to Mr. Harris Van Leer?
Keep up the good work, Mr. Harris Van Leer.
Thank you.
All right. If nothing else, Mr. Lamb, were you going to say something?
I was going to just echo Mr. Lorenz's sentiments. Keep up the good work, Mr. Van Leer. As Judge communicated prior to these hearings, we have staffings, and nothing but good things are being said about you. So know that.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right. All right. Very good. Mr. Van Leer, Harris Van Leer, did you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. It's good to see you and Happy New Year's to you also.
It's good to see you. And it's good to see you doing well, Mr. Harris Van Leer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. On the 20th?
On the 20th at 9:30.
All right.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care. All right. I'm ready to call my last matter, and that is for Deontez McDaniel. I have case number 200-556-5601. Mr. McDaniel, state your name for the record.
Deontez McDaniel.
Good morning, Mr. McDaniel. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to you too.
Mr. McDaniel, you asked to speak with the attorney, so I'm going to start with Mr. Griffin, Mr. Lamb. Is there something that needs to be brought to my attention?
Yes, Your Honor. And good morning again, Herman Griffin appearing on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, he indicated to me that he received 2 60-day notices regarding his property. He was in an apartment, and I guess he went through he was taken through the eviction process. And so his concern is just being able to go back and retrieve his personal belongings and also his car with permission of the court. Somehow, I guess either being able to contact someone to get these items or being escorted. But what he's saying is he just doesn't want to lose these items, all of his personal belongings and his car. And he's already, I don't know when the actual deadline is, but he said he's already received a 60-day notice.
So, Mr. Lorenz, I need you to, this is for his apartment. So no, actually, Mr. Griffin, I don't know if one of the attorneys could reach out to the apartment complex to ask them to arrange for him to get his things. And then Mr. Lorenz, what I would need you to do is to reach out to the facility where Mr. McDaniel is to see how that can be arranged for him to get his things and determine where they're going.
Okay. I'm gonna end the chat right now. I'm just gonna ask Ms. McDaniel to send me the information.
Okay, in the chat, okay.
Right in the chat. I'm just gonna ask him to send me the contact information.
All right.
If I heard you correctly, Your Honor, you want me to reach out to the facility to arrange him to get those and where they're going to go? Is that what you said?
Facility he's in, but the
Okay.
attorneys need to reach out to the apartment and that thing. Mr. Lorenz would not do that.
So I'll reach out to the apartment. And again, Mr. McDaniel, I'm gonna just make sure that you have my phone number. I'm gonna send that in the chat also.
Okay, are you able to get information in the chat, Mr. McDaniel?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Because in the chat he asked to speak to me, so
Oh, okay,
he can. So Mr. McDaniel, you have my number. Please send me a text message or call me directly. You need to please do this today, so that I don't want you to send it to me a day before, everything. So send this information to me today. I need the information for the apartment. I need the name of the apartment complex, the phone number, and your apartment number.
I can't text you because I'm in treatment.
No, you can text. You can. Okay. Well, can you call me?
Yes.
Okay, call me. And if I'm unable to answer, just leave a full detailed message. But I need the apartment name, the apartment number, and the number for the apartment complex.
all right, very good.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for bringing that to the attorney's attention, Mr. McDaniel, because if there's anything we can do to keep you from losing all of your things, we certainly want to do that, okay?
Thank you.
All right, very good. How are you doing overall, Mr. McDaniel?
All right.
You doing all right? What does that mean to you that you're doing all right?
Still breathing.
You still
here.
breathing?
Yeah.
Okay. You're safe?
Safe. Yeah.
Are you being well fed?
Of course.
All right. And you're complying with the mandates of your program?
Yes.
You look much better, Mr. McDaniel.
Thank you.
You do. You look good, as a matter of fact.
Thank
And
you.
so I want you to continue doing what's working for you. Okay? You look healthier. You seem to be a little more focused. What do you think about that?
I think it's okay.
All right. Very good. We did have an opportunity to staff your case this morning. One of the things that was brought to my attention was just about your participation in treatment. I want you to make sure you're engaging. Yes, sir.
Sometimes my jaw be locking up and it's hard for me to talk because I still haven't got it fixed yet.
All right. So here's what I need you to do. And Mr. Lorenz, you can circle back with the facility as well. Let them know you have a medical issue that's going on, because that's not normal for your jaw to lock. Yeah. And let's see if we can get that checked out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have to let them know. We can't help you if we don't know.
I did let them know.
You did? So now, Mr. Lorenz, I need us to circle back. Let's see if he can get some medical assistance with that. That's not normal.
Yeah, sure. I will talk to the clinician.
All right. But we need you to participate. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's what she meant by not participating, that I don't be talking in the groups.
Well, she shared a couple of other things, and I'm sure that's part of it if you're not talking. But also, I want you to not focus so much on leaving. I want you to focus on staying and working. How about that? Let me hear your thoughts on that.
I just want to go home.
Yeah, I understand. But I want you, when you go home, to go home healthy and stable. So then when you go home, you can stay home. How does that sound? All right. Will you work with me on that?
I don't have a choice.
Well, you have a choice. You might just make it a little more difficult, but you have a choice. Work with me, okay? It's for your good.
Do I
All
have to
right?
do the whole 90 days?
That's the recommendation, that you do the 90 days. But I want you to do the 90 days. I want you to really work hard during those days, okay?
Yes.
So that when you do transition into a stable environment, that you'll be able to stay, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. McDaniel, if anything?
Is there any way I could get a home pass? I'm already tethered on a GPS tether. I can't go anywhere, so.
I know. So let Mr. Lorenz have some discussions with him about where he's considering to be home, because I think we're getting some other information about whether or not you're able to go there. And so let's get that information, and then we'll staff it. We'll talk about it in staffing, and then I'll make a decision, okay?
Okay.
All right. That's good enough? I'm not saying no. I just need to get some clarification. And you can give that to Mr. Lorenz, and we'll talk about it and make sure that when you are given an opportunity to go home, that it's in compliance with any other court orders that may be out there, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything from the team? Ask to Mr. McDaniel.
Your Honor, as it relates to the recommendation for Mr. McDaniel, I would ask that maybe if you are inclined to extend his time at the treatment program, that maybe you extend it in 30-day increments to allow for a review and then determine if additional treatment is necessary after that
I'm
30
gonna
days.
always review it, absolutely. When we get in staffing, and thank you, Mr. Lamb, when we get in staffing, always raise that, because it's always subject to review. Yes.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
So does that mean that if I do good, I could possibly come home early?
Well, not just if you do good. It's going to be, I'm going to hear the recommendations of the professionals who are providing the treatment, okay? But you need to do good. I'm certain that's going to be factored in it. You need to work the program, okay?
Yes.
All right.
And I would,
Anybody?
sorry, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I would encourage you to continue to work the program, work with your counselor. I know you have some requests, and like Judge said, she's not saying no. And so we will work together to try to meet halfway if possible. And I will get with the counselor as Judge asked, regarding your possessions and potential home passes. But I encourage you to keep working the program and be successful.
All right. Very good. With that, I'm going to have Mr. McDaniel come back to see me on January the 20th, 2021 at 9:38. Good to see you this morning, Mr. McDaniel.
Good to see you too.
All right. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right, team. Thank you all.